Yo, Ty, fucking bum ass Ben Simmons out there. This fucking guy, man. I am so sick of this dude. You know what's aggravating about it is that for 4 years, and non-fan, if you're a non-fan of the Sixers and you're contributing to this Ben Simmons conversation, just shut up because you don't understand what it's like. You don't understand what we had to go through. Joel Embiid has done everything in his power to change his game for Ben Simmons, right? Moved out to the 3 point line, which is not his game, but he became a decent 3 point shooter because of it. Less space on the court, tried to let Ben take over and facilitate. And the one thing Joel asked him to do is shoot the fucking ball. And now he doesn't want to be part of the team. Fuck you, Ben Simmons. And fuck your ugly ass sister, too. She needs to shut up. I hate you. All right, guys. I don't know.
Thanks for having us on.
Yep. NFL talk next. Sports. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Stuff About Sports. Yes, I am the Facebook felon germ, but don't turn your streaming channels. Bird is out sick, so today we have Ty and we have Mike stepping in like the heroes they are. What's up, guys?
What's up? Hell of an
Good to be here.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Bert, man. He wasn't feeling too well. He was going to persevere and try to make it through like a soldier, and but he's bedridden, so we're going to try to hold it down for him tonight. Week 3 of the NFL kicked off. A lot of things happened, so we will get right into it. Guys, the biggest winner or loser in the NFL. Who wants to go first?
I'll kick it to Ty.
Biggest winner, I'm gonna say Dak Prescott.
Ooh, the Dallas Cowboys,
And
huh?
I'm gonna go ahead and give the game ball now because that's where the game ball is going to at the end of the show. I like the Cowboys. I already said it, and then just see them go against the division rivals on prime time. Dak was coming off the injury last year. He's MVP candidate, man, easily this year.
What already?
Oh yeah. Oh,
no,
he's playing top 3 quarterback style stuff right now, man.
Oh, wow.
Biggest winner is just seeing him continue to put in that work coming off the injury last year.
For sure.
Biggest loser is the same game. Freaking the Eagles, Jalen Hurts. I mean, he put up a lot of numbers. Come on. No. He put up a lot of numbers, did decent fantasy wise, but those interceptions and just the way he looked was like, man, you're trying to keep up with that offense that Cowboys have, and you can't. You're not mustering that up. He kind of looked a little sketchy yesterday, and word me because I thought he was supposed to be the future, and he looked decent, but come on, man, he looked a little out of place last night.
Yeah, it was hard watching the Eagles because I picked the Eagles to win that game mainly because I didn't think the Dallas defense was going to be good enough, and they did surrender like 300 something yards, so the defense played okay, but the game was there for the Eagles, but the Eagles just couldn't muster anything. The running backs, all the running backs in Philly only had 3 carries all night. I don't understand. You're not going to win many games that way. And at the end of the day, Dallas's offense, a lot of people like to overreact to the first 2 weeks, but Dallas's offense looks legit. So they definitely, for the first few weeks, it was, you didn't know who was going to be the leader in that NFC East division, and it clearly looks like Dallas.
For me, the biggest winner, Matthew Stafford.
And those Rams, boy. Yep.
4 touchdowns, went toe-to-toe with the great one and won. Yep. So you got to kind of be excited for their season and their year. And, my biggest loser, the Detroit Lions.
Oh, I know.
What
an awful way to lose a game. Awful.
I feel like the minute you gave a little bit of, I'm not going to say you're a fan, but like you care for them and you're rooting for them, and you gave them the kiss of death, Jerm. So
I think I did, and it's funny because I said, hey man, I like Dan Campbell. He wanted to bring a real lion to Lions practice. How can you not like that guy? He's talking about biting kneecaps of his enemies. It's amazing, right? I want the Lions to be good so bad, and honestly, they easily could be 3-0. They've lost all these first 3 games by some miracle weirdo bullshit. And one game Dan Campbell messed up on his own, going for it on 4th and 9 and messing up and kind of taking the momentum away from them. But all those games they played, it wasn't like they were getting destroyed, right? Those games were there for them to win. So I don't think the Lions are a bad team. It's just a brand new coach, and they're changing, and it's just something they kind of have to go through. But I'm still going to pull for Detroit. My biggest winner of the week is the Green Bay Packers. I mean, we're talking about Ben Simmons not wanting to be with the Sixers, and Aaron Rodgers just a few weeks ago was never going to play another snap for the Green Bay Packers, and all of a sudden it was over for Green Bay, and here they are with a huge win. They look legit in the NFC, like probably the only team to me that looks like they can, really go out there with the Rams toe to toe and beat them and be a favorite. Like I would be confident to say if Green Bay won the NFC, that wouldn't shock me. Aaron Rodgers, what's that? What's the Ice King from the Game of Thrones? The zombie Ice King. That's Aaron Rodgers, man.
Oh yeah,
that's the Night King. That's what is it?
Night
That's who Aaron Rodgers is the Night King. That boy is cold-blooded. You can't leave no time on the clock. 37 seconds is like the bar. It got to be like 1. Like you can't leave no time on the clock with Aaron Rodgers on there. My biggest loser is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They lost. If you go back to their last season, they started off 11-0. They've lost 9 of their last 11 games. So, I mean, it's over. Ben Roethlisberger looks like a skyscraper out there playing football. He was so slow. He threw into some terrible coverage. That guy, a team like that, they drafted a running back because they were last in running last year, and they're last in running right now. And Ben Roethlisberger threw the ball 58 times. He's 137 years old. There is no reason for him to be throwing that many times in a football game. And they just look bad. And the receivers are damn good. I believe Najee Harris is good. Now the offensive line is bad. And I think the defense is good. They have ballers all over. It's Ben. And I don't know if Dwayne Haskins is the answer, but I will tell you, and I'll get to this later, there should be a trade, an imminent trade this season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that means the end of Ben Roethlisberger, but I'll get to that later. All right, guys, let's move on to Mike brought up the 66-yard field goal that won the game for those Baltimore Ravens, bailing Lamar Jackson out yet again after almost choking that game away. Now, I will ask you boys, what is more impressive? Which would you rather accomplish? A 66-yard game-winning field goal or a 109-yard kickoff return, which is the longest it can possibly be? It can't be 110 for some reason. They need to make the field a yard longer. But what is more impressive to you?
I'm gonna go with the run because I couldn't do it. Right? Like I feel like if I worked out my legs and I got it going, I could eventually get there. No. But either way,
I don't think you can do either. You can't kick a 60. I don't care how much you practice. I don't think you can kick a 66-yard field goal.
That's
just far as hell.
2 years ago, I didn't think anybody could, right? So, like, it used to be like 55 was insane, and now they're in the 60s. I mean, I don't know. But I always thought that was a possibility because you think about, like, how far during kickoff, sometimes they put it through it. So I always thought, like, hey, how come they couldn't get it that far? But I don't know. Michael Sean
says the Jags are the biggest losers. I take that big. I'm the biggest loser being a fan of this ass team. So listen, the Jags, but you kind of, I don't know what you were expecting, right? You have Urban Meyer, never coached in the NFL before. You have Trevor Lawrence, obviously never played in the NFL before. You have a young team. This was just like the rookies, all the rookies, and I think I put it on social either. Is this the most overhyped, overrated rookie class ever? Not ever, but, ever. These guys, they hype up these every year it happens. We hype up these rookies and we forget that most of them are going to suck and most of them are going to really bad teams. These guys aren't world beaters. They're not going to just come around and turn a franchise around. The Jets, the Jags, Chicago, whoever. You're going.
That was going to be my biggest loser at first was Jets. That was probably really thinking first.
But they're in the same. But I mean, look at the common denominator. Same thing with the Jets. Rookie head coach, rookie quarterback. The team, nothing really around. Like it's going to take time. It's going to take time. Jason Rodriguez, Aaron is a gunslinger. Hey, he's the greatest I've ever seen play. I mean, you can call him whatever you want. He is that guy. He does some things on the field. Go ahead and give me another quarterback. You're confident that with 37 seconds left can march it down the field the way Aaron Rodgers did. Some of those throws were impossible, and he made them possible. To me, the 66-yard field goal is more impressive. I feel like with good blocking, if you have the speed, I think a lot of guys could do 109-yard. Like, a lot of it's luck, right? Like you catch the right block, and if you're fast enough, obviously you're fast enough because they put you as a kick returner, and usually the kick returners are the fastest guys on the team. I feel like with the right blocking, anybody could do it. A 66-yard field goal, guys, is like it's nuts, and it's never been done before, right? A 109-yard kick return has been done a handful of times. He will, somebody else will do it possibly this year, most likely next year. But you can't tell me somebody else is going to hit a 66-yard field goal. Matt Prater.
There's two questions here. So I think the 66-yard is definitely more impressive. Right. But which would I rather want for myself? I want 6 points. So the answer is 6 points. I want a 109-yard field goal kickoff return. I mean, it's still exciting. That's like, I mean, it's a crazier highlight reel. Usually there's some kind of juke or some kind of miss going on there. Yeah. Like, I would rather do a 109-yard kick return. I'd rather do that, but I'm definitely more impressed by that 66-yard field goal by Justin Tucker. That was damn good. And it hit off the crossbar. Like,
okay. So you have the drama of it hitting off the crossbar, right? But then you also have it won the game. Like for me, it's like like I would like I guess if it was down to like, do I want that historic field goal to win the game or the 109 kickoff return to win the game? Maybe I'll probably take the kick return because there's more. It's like you're running through danger, right? Like these obstacles. I guess maybe that would be it. But maybe because the game was won on that field goal, maybe that adds a little bit more juice, in terms of excitement for me. But yeah, that's pretty funny. All right, so we talked about that. Listen, guys, I'll let Ty go because he was going to talk about the Jets earlier. Maybe he has something for his boy Justin Fields, who's been championing. Which team in the NFL has the worst QB situation right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was, it's these rookie guys. It's the Jets and it's Justin Fields. I mean, the Jets and the Bears between those two. But then you look at if you want to take those aside, because in reality, you don't even know yet. These players haven't even played more than 3 games yet. Justin Fields only played 1 game, so you can't really say that. So you made a great point earlier about Ben Roethlisberger. So I'm gonna piggyback off of that. The Steelers. They don't have the next guy yet. I definitely champion for Dwayne Haskins, and I'm still going to champion for him. I want to see him develop, but the mental part of his game is like throwing me off. It seems like he's not all the way into it. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but I want him to be like that gym rat. Like Jameis Winston wants to be there. Like Jameis Winston at least tries hard, regardless how much he fails, how many interceptions he throws. He's trying his damnedest to be a quarterback, and I don't feel that from Dwayne Haskins. So the Steelers are just sitting like the Steelers don't have much right now. They should have some kind of rookie or some kind of young guy, not named Dwayne Haskins, ready there. So I think I'm more scared for the Steelers going forward than anybody else.
Mike?
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of hard to say because like you got the Giants. I think are first off. I said this last night, but we got to get rid of the Danny Dimes nickname. Like, like like you have to do something in order to get a nickname, right? Like, I feel like you can't just be drafted like Johnny Football. They did that with too, right? So, like, when I look at all these quarterbacks, I think about like who's the worst. I definitely have to say the Giants situation is the worst, right? That's I mean, I just
is that for market though? Like, is that because it's New York? You know what I'm saying? Like they have Saquon Barkley. I mean, like what would make you say? Because I think Daniel Jones is the least. I like Daniel Jones. Danny Dimes and I know you don't like the nickname, but he's made some unbelievable throws. He's had some unbelievable athletic moments. The problem with the Giants, and I'm not saying he's like everybody else doesn't get it, and we're just seeing something that nobody else is seeing. What I'm saying is he's like a discount Kirk Cousins. Like he's not a guy that I don't think leaps. Even though Kirk Cousins statistically is the best quarterback in the league so far, but what I'm saying is you can win with Daniel Jones. They're not utilizing him. Jason Garrett sucks,
it's going to be like a Sam Darnold situation, though. He's never going to make it in New York. So I think it's going to set the franchise back another half decade, and then at that point, you're already lost your other top draft pick because running backs don't have that longevity and lifespan as a quarterback. So you're not going to see the fruit of your loins when it comes to Saquon Barkley because they can't protect their quarterback. They also I don't know. I just every time I watch these games, I just there's glimmers of hope. There's a lot of when you see Daniel Jones play, there's a lot of great plays, and I will admit that. But it just seems like even with the game 2 of we had the ball, there was 2 minutes left. If they would have ran the clock out a little bit more, we win that game.
Yeah, sure.
And I get it. He's not the one really calling the plays, but in that situation, Eli never failed. With 2 minutes on the clock, Eli did his thing. And that makes the difference between a quarterback that can make it in New York or essentially anywhere and a guy that's going to have to go to Jacksonville or somewhere else and be like, oh, wow, he turned it around. I could see him as a Nick Foles in a couple years. And yeah, Nick Foles won a Super Bowl, but I mean, let's be real. It's still Nick Foles. Right. So it was a shocking draft pick and it still hasn't paid off. That guy he should have been the next Tom Brady if the Giants did that. Right. It wasn't like he was the next man and everybody was like, oh, that was such a smart play. I was in a room full of 20, 25 Giants fans. They all looked at each other like, what did we just do? Who did we just draft? So I don't know. So, and then the little kid that plays for the Jets now, I don't know what he's going to do either. He's just getting his ass kicked week after week. So, both New York teams suck. There's nothing you could say. It's like me in the bucket of doom.
Listen, yeah. If it makes you feel better, they're both New Jersey teams, and there's only one true New York team, and we're the best. So I was going to say Pittsburgh because it's easy to say Pittsburgh the way Ben Roethlisberger looked, but at the end of the day, they're a quality organization with a quality head coach, and they'll figure it out. The worst in the league is the Houston Texans. Their starting quarterback has 21 sexual assault cases on his back. Their backup quarterback the Chargers punctured his lung. He comes back and looks damn good and wins a really good game, but then now he hurts his hamstring. He can't catch a break. They have a giraffe as their third string, David Sills. His neck has got to be 7 or 8 inches long. It's paws, and it looks like he's getting beat up. You don't know what's happening with this franchise. I've never seen a franchise in more disarray from the time they traded DeAndre Hopkins. It just was over. They have it worse than the Falcons do since the Falcons dropped that 28-3. So they've slowly gotten worse since then. I think the only team that can give them a run for their money for most dysfunction is the Texans. And so at least, like I said, with Pittsburgh, at least Dwayne Haskins is there. You have somebody who has talent that maybe Tomlin can speak to. If not, it's the Steelers. They'll figure it out. The Texans, they have given you no reason to trust that they're going to figure anything out. They have nothing figured out. And the answer to both of those teams' questions lies in Buffalo. With money, you don't like nicknames? I got one for you, Mike. Money Mitch. It was never him. Chicago's going to end up trading back for Mitch Trubisky. That's how bad it's gotten down there. Mitch Trubisky, the Buffalo Bills have the 2 best quarterbacks in the AFC East. Mitch Trubisky is nasty. And he will end up, we only have him for a year. He will end up in Pittsburgh to replace Ben Roethlisberger, book it. I'm saying it right now.
I'm not mad at Mitch Trubisky, but you're throwing hot air, man. You better than Tua?
Hell yeah, he's better. Jacoby Brissett is better than Tua. I don't understand how.
Okay, wait, is he better? You're saying Mitch Trubisky better than Jacoby Brissett?
Hell yeah.
I like Mitch, but he's a backup, and he's gonna get another shot probably, but he's still mediocre at best.
I enjoy watching Hurts more than I do Daniel Jones, and I'll say that from this year to last year. Like I think that the Eagles quarterback has a lot more upside than the New York Giants do. I honestly do.
Yeah. Listen, Jalen Hurts better be careful because my boy is sitting right there on that roster. I was waiting for Gardner Minshew to get in that game and do some damage. So yeah, I was looking around the league. I didn't want to. It's hard to judge the rookies, like Ty was saying, because they're rookies. They're going to go through.
The next runner-up for me is the Colts.
They were on my list too. I was thinking about it.
Yeah. To have faith in Wentz with nobody else behind him, like that's.
Yeah. Well, apparently they like that Jacob Eason or whatever his last name is. They like him, rookie. So I mean, I guess they're confident in that. They're trading Marlon Mack. He was a healthy scratch. He's coming back from that Achilles injury, but Nyheim Hines and Taylor are nasty. So I mean, maybe if a team needs an extra running back, they can go after him. I mean, they seem to like Wentz over there. I don't know. I don't trust it. Guy sprained both of his ankles. I've never even heard of that. It's the guy's cursed. He's cursed. He's got to be. Yeah, Cincinnati, get yourself an offensive line before you ruin Joe Burrow like you guys ruined Carson Palmer. Stop it. All right, because Joe Burrow is nasty, and you guys are going to ruin him, and I don't like that. So, all right, guys. Some concerning losses over the last week in week 3. Tampa Bay showing a little kink in the armor there. Players going down, getting hurt. The Panthers are hot on their heels. Undefeated Panthers. First in the division, apparently. Kansas City, 1-2. Hey, I don't want to say this may be the only time the Kansas City Chiefs are having a losing record. So I have to talk my shit now. But they all laughed at me, boys. They all laughed when I predicted that the Kansas City Chiefs wouldn't make the playoffs. And they're last in the division. Who's laughing now? Justin Herbert, better than Patrick Mahomes. Book it. Telling you right now. Justin Herbert, sunshine, better than Justin Herbert. Keelan Allen, better than Tyreek Hill. I said it. And I don't know who the Chargers tight end is, but he's better than Travis Kelce right now, too. They all laughed at me.
No, it ain't fair that this guy he's the host, so we can't even shut him up. And he can spew all this nonsense, conspiracy theory lies. We can't even mute him because he's the host. This is crazy.
He picked all the topics.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the Kansas City's probably not going to be under 500 much at any other point in the season. Maybe they will, but who knows? They dropped a bad game to the Chargers, who looked really damn good. I mean, the Chargers, they could win the division too, and I wouldn't be shocked, even with Kansas City playing well. And even though Kansas City's not, the Chargers have a really good team, and Justin Herbert is a really damn good quarterback. I have some stats here while you guys think of your answer. I think I know Ty's answer, but I have some stats on Justin Herbert here, man. No one has more passing yards in their first 17 starts than Justin Herbert. Here's the list of players who have 10 300-yard passing games in their first 2 seasons. Dan Marino, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert. End list. Is it time Justin Herbert gets put in that top 5 category? Justin Herbert has won a lot of games. He's put up a lot of great stats. He's nasty. But just think about that for a second. Who are you more concerned about, Tampa Bay or Kansas City?
So for me, I'm going to say I think Kansas City has more to worry about. I watched the entire Tampa game, and I didn't feel like it was a devastating loss or anything that wasn't going to be something they couldn't bounce back from. So, but with Kansas City, it seems like it's slowly starting to snowball. And I don't know. It's hard to repeat in any sport, especially in football. So it's going to be hard for both of them to get back there. But I think Tom Brady and his boys have a better shot of getting back there than Kansas City in this in this very infancy of this season.
Good answer, Mike. Good answer. I'm gonna
no, but memo right now.
I mean, forget about favoritism. This is facts. I mean, like Andy Reid just got out of the hospital. I didn't even heard about it until this morning. Andy Reid was in the hospital. Right. So
he got laid out.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Did you see that play where?
No, I just heard he was dehydrated and he was in the hospital.
Okay. All right.
But either way, that's something in itself because he's that team. Like he's the reason that team is goes where it goes. It's not just Mahomes. It's like the Brady Belichick thing. It's like perfect coach, perfect quarterback meeting each other. They need each other. So Andy Reid needs to be on that sideline for them to be good, and he clearly doesn't take great care of himself.
I screwed. Your boy got laid out. Bruce Arians.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I missed that. But he's injury prone kind of guy. But luckily, I mean, I trust Brady on the field, you know, and I trust Leftwich. I think Arians can miss a couple games and we'd be fine. But Andy Reid's missing a couple games. The Chiefs would be horrible. So I mean, I'm more concerned about the Chiefs. I mean, there's more. They have more things to figure out. They didn't bring back all their stars. I don't believe the Bucks did. And Reid's hurt. And that division is scary. Sure, the Panthers are 3-0 in our division, but that's a fluke. I don't care. Like their quarterback is Sam Darnold. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm just like sorry. But the rest of that division in the AFC, I don't know, so AFC, where it is, but West. Yo, the Raiders look good. Obviously, the Chargers look good, and then the Broncos are like
Broncos are undefeated too.
Yeah, so it's those two things combined. Like the rest of the division is scary too. So you know, hopefully the Chiefs can sneak into the wild card. I think they will. I think they are at risk of losing this division, but I don't see them out of the playoffs, and it's going to be a tough go. But back to Justin Herbert thing. You can't give him that yet. He hasn't done it. He hasn't done it past a couple games in the regular season. Like the reason why Mahomes and these other guys are given that title is because they did it during regular season and they went to the playoffs and put on performances. Justin Herbert hasn't done that yet, so I can't give him keys yet.
True. Russell, thanks, man. Appreciate you stopping in and checking us out. Really, really appreciate it. So I was trying to figure out a way to hate and pick Tampa Bay, and Ty basically got my argument for me. At the end of the day, and I will give you my argument for why I was going to pick Tampa, and it's really the age. They're banged up, and it's harder for older guys, and that team is comprised of mostly older guys, to recover. And it's really less about their division, because even if the records are bad, division teams play harder. I mean, we've watched the Dolphins and the Jets beat, like the Dolphins were god awful for 30 years, and they were still beating the Patriots' ass with Tom Brady on that team. So to me, there is something to division games. Even like the Saints obviously have the firepower to beat the Bucks if Jameis Winston doesn't turn the ball over. I know everybody's poo-pooing the Panthers, but they have the stats to back it up. They've played quality teams. They've played quality football. And so when I look at Tampa Bay, I would be more worried about them because of their age. Gronk doesn't wear a rib flak jacket, so when he gets popped in the ribs like he did the other day, on top of his age, he's going to feel that a lot longer than a younger guy who gets hit in the ribs who doesn't wear a flak jacket. Now, Tom Brady, we're going to have to check him to whatever drugs he's taking, because you look at Tom Brady play football now and look at Ben Roethlisberger and realize they're around the same age. Like Ben Roethlisberger is how you age as a veteran quarterback in his 40s, not how Tom Brady. He's an aberration. But thank God for that offensive line, because I would like to see what Tom Brady looks like after one of those hits that Ben Roethlisberger takes. It doesn't happen too often to him because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are smart and realize.
Last week though, man, he got popped pretty good with the Rams.
Now, so and this brings me to why I changed my mind and worried about the Chiefs. And I've said this on the show, but with Bert, specifically about Patrick Mahomes. He gets a pass because we've seen him do the incredible. So we will easily dismiss their bad play. If you take it back to last season, they've only won their last 14 games by like 4 points or less. They've been beatable. It's just they've made that one extra play. They've been lucky enough to make that one extra play, and we forget about it. But the problem is they were so up and above everybody else for a long time it's not that they've gotten worse. It's everybody else has caught up. The Raiders are finally letting Derek Carr be Derek Carr. Hey, you're the quarterback. You go out there and you call the plays and you make it happen. Derek Carr has always been good, but he's always been hamstrung by his bad coaches. John Gruden finally let him, hey, you're Derek Carr. I'm going to let you handle, you know what's going on. We'll get you tell us what you need. I need this guy. I need Henry Ruggs. I need a running back. I need Josh Jacobs. I need this. I need that. And he has it. And now look at what the Raiders are doing. They're playing really good football. And obviously the Chargers doing the same thing. So I'm going to pick I'm going to pick the Chiefs because I think everybody else has caught up to them. And I think Tampa's only real competition in their division is Carolina. And obviously I would pick Tampa. And if it really came down to the two, when you have the Raiders, basically there's one extra team in Kansas City's division that you have to be really worried about. I think the Broncos are a little bit of fool's gold. They, even though Teddy Bridgewater's playing well, they haven't really played anybody. So I would lean towards fool's gold towards there. All right, guys. So far in week 3, we've seen a lot of weird football. So we're going to do our top 5, bottom 3. And I'll give you mine first, so I'll give you guys time to think if you haven't got them. My top 5, I'm not gonna build any suspense here. The Los Angeles Rams are the number 1 team in the football, easily, by a lot. Followed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know they just dropped the game, but it's hard for me to, that was one game, and it wasn't like they got mollywopped. They just lost the game. Number 3, my Buffalo Bills. Listen, this is exactly why you don't overreact to one game, because if the Bills played the Steelers again today, there's no way the Steelers would beat us. And we scored 35. We shut out the Dolphins, who were supposed to have a good defense, put up 35 on them boys, put up 40 on Washington, which is supposed to have a really good defense. That score wasn't even close. We've outscored our opponents like 70-something to 20-something in the last 2 games. Buffalo, Josh Allen, 5 touchdowns, the winter soldier. That's who he is, all day, every day. So Buffalo Bills, number 3. Cleveland Browns, number 4. Vegas Raiders, number 5. Bottom 3, Giants, Jets, Jags, in that order.
I think we're all going to agree on the bottom 3. You just took it right.
Yeah.
Which sucks, man. I mean, that's it sucks for New Jersey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks for our guys with the Jags. But the Jags seemed like they had potential. Like there was a lot of hype, and then what's his name? I guess we'll never play again, and he was supposed to go there, right? Geez, the boy from the Texans.
Oh, you talking about Deshaun Watson?
Yeah. He's never gonna play again, right?
Probably not.
Yeah, that's bizarre. My top 5 is very simple. So I agree with you with the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Bills number 2.
Yeah, all right.
You, I'm a homer. This is your show, so I did that, and then I'll go with my other boy, Tom Brady and his Bucks. We're tied for number 3. After that, like honestly, I like the Raiders. I really do. I think they're going to be around. They're obviously going to be in the playoffs, and that's exciting for that fan base, especially after moving. And then my last, I'm going to go to the NFC, and I don't know. I'm not completely sold on it, but the Panthers, like I honestly thought that would be a decade before you even saw them compete again. It just speaks volumes to what they built out there, that they're 3-0. Right.
And one of those games without Christian McCaffrey, and you know what I mean? And I swear to you on this show, I will never use a 1st-round pick on Christian McCaffrey ever again. That guy got paper knees. Fuck you, Christian McCaffrey.
If you go down and think about it, any number 1 running back, always, it never helps. It never helps. Yeah. It is the curse of being a number 1 fantasy running back. Yeah. You could go all the way back. If
you have a top 3 pick in fantasy, don't waste it on Christian McCaffrey. He'll never pay dividends for you. Every year they put his stupid little face on top of all the draft boards, and every year, like an idiot with the 1st overall pick, you pick him, and guess what? By week 4, and he didn't even make it to week 4, He's fucking out for 8 weeks. It's like, what are you here for? What are you here for, Christian McCaffrey?
But not to beat a dead horse, like the Giants situation, like take notes from what Carolina did, right?
Yeah.
Like because they moved on from their number one quarterback, and they rebuilt, and that's how it should be. And I don't know.
Go ahead, Ty.
So so Mike said we all had the same bottom three, but I'm gonna disagree. So so I agree on the Jets with the Jets and Jags. We're on agreement on that. But I don't know how we're putting the Giants there over the Texans, especially over earlier to talk about how the Texans are such a shit show.
Yeah, you're right.
At least have like they have people. They have Daniel Jones. They have Saquon. Like I expect way more from the Giants. I'm not putting them in the bottom three. The Texans have to replace them. The Texans have way more things going on. Their season really is at the lost season. They have no run. There's no Saquon. There's no Kenny Galladay. There's none of these guys. So I'm going Texans for the bottom three, along with the Jets and Jags.
Gotcha.
Top five, little bit of differences, but I'm going to stick with the Rams. You have to pick Rams number one. Jamal, I don't know if you've eaten crow yet on live air about Stafford yet, but you're going to have to before the season's over.
Yeah.
Because
I'm slowly turning.
You was hating, and Stafford's that dude. And the Rams, with that coach and that offense is good already. You put in a guy like Stafford, look at them guys. They're putting sparks up. So definitely Rams. Bucks are second. I mean, sorry. Just is what it is.
Yeah, I feel you.
And then where was I for three? I'm gonna go Packers. I'm gonna go Packers for three.
Yeah.
Just the offensive power is just too much. Along with the Bills, which is already four. You can coin toss the Packers and Bills, the 3 and 4 spot. I can coin toss that, but I like the Packers over the Bills because of Aaron Rodgers. Josh Allen is great, but he's always going to be Aaron Rodgers Jr. He's not going to be. He has until Aaron Rodgers retires or slacks or something. Josh Allen can't. He's still a young guy. And then I'm going to round out the 5. I'm gonna go Cowboys. Cowboys. I like that offense, that defense. Like you said, you're worried about it, but they look decent. They look real good. That defense is not a slouch at all, and the offense is ridiculous. And I got Dak as a sleeper MVP candidate, so I'm going Cowboys round out my top 5. There's only one AOC team there.
You mentioned about Matthew Stafford, and I will say, you're right. Sean McVay has done a wonderful job camouflaging and protecting Matt Stafford. That's what good coaches do. You take below average quarterbacks and you put them in a position to succeed, right?
People were calling this guy Hall of Famer before. You know that.
Yeah.
His numbers are already Hall of Fame numbers before he went there.
Like I said, Joe Namath is in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what everybody else says. Anybody, and again, Hall of Very Good. You collect Joe Namath is literally in the Hall of Fame. You know why? Because the internet didn't exist, right? He played in New York where the most eyes were on him. If he played on a Midwest team, nobody would care about Joe Namath. It's just like that with Matt Stafford. They look at a box score and he keeps throwing 300-yard games, and 250 of them are coming in garbage time when they're already down by 5 touchdowns. And so he has nothing else to do but throw. And yeah, when I look at the box score, wow, I don't know. The Rams or the Lions lost, but he threw for 300 yards. But guess what? It don't matter. It doesn't mean anything. So, Hall of Very Good. Good job, Sean McVay, for hiding Matt Stafford and protecting him and making him look really good.
I wish you would just hate the Lions more than you hate it. Like you should hate on the Lions more than you hate on Stafford. Admit that it's the Lions that were holding him back.
Yeah, he wants the Lions to win so that Stafford looks bad.
Hey, listen, if Dan Campbell was the coach when Matt Stafford was there, then the Lions would be the best team in the league, right? Because Dan Campbell, they got Jared Goff out there, whatever.
Matthew Stafford doesn't need Jamal to look bad. I mean, he takes his helmet off. He still looks like he has his helmet on.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy, he looks awful. It's no, Matt Stafford, I don't know. Never mind. I can't. We're in 2021. I can't say what I'm going to say. We get judged around here nowadays. I can't do it.
Thought about what I was about to say. I was like, he looks like his head still has a helmet on. Like, it's weird. I don't know.
He looks like he has up and down syndrome. All right, bucket of doom. Let's go. All right.
No.
Listen. So guys, bad week for the Shop Boys. Every single one of us lost in the bucket of doom. I can't believe that. That's never even happened before. So I'm very shocked that it happened now. Let me pull up. So Bert had the Pats. Corey had the Steelers. I had the Bucks. I can't believe I lost. Mike, you had the Giants. I believe you lost. And Ty, you had the Dolphins. Now, I will say, Ty, Jacoby Brissett almost got y'all. He almost led y'all to victory. I was shocked how well the Dolphins were playing with Jacoby Brissett. And listen, I don't know if Tua is good. I don't know why everybody keeps hyping Tua. Give me a Nick Saban quarterback that's actually been good in the NFL. None. That's the answer. I'll tell you. So I don't know where all this Tua love is coming from. He didn't look good when he was there. Never looked, I don't know. Jacoby Brissett could be better. That's all I'm saying. So everybody needs to relax on the Tua love. All right, I'll pick for Bert first since he's sick, and his name is alphabetically first anyway. Bert, you have the Washington racial slurs. Frank said what?
Frank last week told me not to pick the Giants. And I hope I get the Giants again. Just
can somebody pull up the NFL schedule real quick so we know who's playing here? Yeah. Bert has drawn the Washington racial slurs. Now he's sick. Hope if he's watching the show, maybe he can text us if he wants us to throw it back. We will at the end of the segment.
Well, let's do an honest. I mean, when a guy's down, like we should help him, right?
Okay. Yeah.
We have Atlanta.
That's a good helmet. I'll take that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Washington. Yeah, Atlanta's not good. Sorry. So Bert has the Washington football team. Corey, let me just write this down so I don't forget later. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh.
He had the Steelers last week. Should we throw it back?
Yeah, they're against the Packers. Throw it back.
Okay, I'll throw it back for you, Corey. I'll throw it back for you. I wouldn't punish you that way. I already beat you in fantasy this week. All right. Dallas Cowboys. Nice little upgrade. All right.
Carolina.
Uh-oh. Okay. Hey, listen, that's not a we'll see. So Ty, we'll see if Carolina's for real. If they can go in there and beat the Cowboys, then we might have to.
Ain't no way. You can listen. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. I'm next. The Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm throwing that back. So this is up better. All right, here we go. Damn it. Miami Dolphins.
The Colts. You could win that.
Oh, okay. I can win that. Yeah. I'm cool with that. Oh, yeah. All right, Mike, you up. The Minnesota Vikings. That's not a bad helmet.
I'm colorblind. I thought that was blue. I got excited. I gotta find him on here.
Yeah. That's not a bad helmet. Kirk Cousins has been amazing this year. I don't know if anybody's looked at his stats.
The Browns.
Ooh, that's a good game. Kirk Cousins has like 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He's been playing really good this season.
Throw it back. No, I'm just kidding.
You sure? Do you want?
No.
The Vikings?
I like it.
Yeah. That's not a bad helmet.
No, and it's my buddy.
Time. Last but not least. Detroit Lions.
Unless they're playing the damn Jets.
The Bears.
Oh, shit. Matt Nagy definitely said that all 3 quarterbacks on his roster are in consideration to start. That's ridiculous.
That sounds like I want to play them.
Yeah. Oh, that's tough, man. That's a hard position, because the Lions haven't looked bad. That's the thing. They just lose these games, and this will be the game where the Justin Fields throws for 500 yards.
Yeah, no, they can't do worse than they did last week. The Bears. I'm gonna throw it back. I'm gonna throw it back. I'm throwing it back.
Man, that's crazy. There's a lot of awful stuff in this helmet. Here we go. Tie with the Chicago Bears.
Oh no! You know what? I'm cool with that. I think they have to turn it around. You can't play that crazy. They had 1 yard offense. There's no way that's happening.
Oh my god, that is hilarious. Oh my god.
it's only happened a couple times in baseball, but like you have a double header and you get traded halfway through. So like now you're on the other team for the other game.
Yeah.
That's exactly what just happened.
That is hilarious that happened, man.
Division game though, right? So should be a good game. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Like I said, hopefully the Lions, Matt Nagy, like there has to come a point where it's like it's too much. You're like you simplify the offense, you put Justin Fields in a position to succeed. You have an athletic quarterback, man. So it's like he got sacked 9 times by the Cleveland Browns. Like they're
he looked like a damn deer in headlights. Like basically, like he looked like he didn't belong out there at all. He ain't ready.
Yeah, he's not ready.
He wasn't ready.
Yeah, and that's okay to admit. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just how the game. You pressure these young kids to thinking they have to come and turn it around immediately, and when they don't, it's like the guy's a bum. Like, no, it's just fucking hard. NFL's hard. But yeah, he will never live down that NFL slow to me thing until he wins a Super Bowl. Like every time he gets hit, people are going to bring that up, and it's hilarious. So, Bert had Washington, Corey with the Cowboys. I had the Dolphins, Mike with the Vikings. Ty had the Lions, who were playing the Bears, threw it back, and then grabbed the Bears. So that's hilarious. We're going to all be rooting for Chicago because that'd be crazy. Shout out to all our sponsors, golfkicks.com, mycooler.com, smoothmyballs.com. And you can check us out at www.giveusashot.network, at Stuff About Sports, at The Divide Live. Guys, we got one more segment. Holy crap. My bad. The game ball. The most important segment of the day. Ooh. Who are you giving your game ball to, Mike?
I'm giving mine to Michael Strahan because he didn't pull any punches this week. He reminded people on national television that Eli Manning, aside from 2 plays, somebody else would be wearing that number today. So I thought that was a ballsy comment after, especially the whole morning. He was pretty much saying all these nice things about Eli. And then finally, I guess he just got tired of talking about Eli Manning. And he shot a shot and he said, listen, you take away 2 plays and somebody else is wearing number 10 right now as we speak. So I don't know what your take is on that, but I was like, you know what, Michael, like whatever, that's a great comment. But also I understand what he was trying to say. Like, those are legendary plays. That's what made him a legend. The helmet catch with David Tyree and like just plays like that down the stretch and beating the people he beat is the reason why his number will never be worn on a Giants football field again.
Well, that was my reaction to his comment. Shut the fuck up, Michael Strahan, because if it wasn't for Eli Manning, you wouldn't have those rings. You know what I mean? He's the longest starting Giants quarterback in history.
Strahan also helped Eli win over that locker room where a lot of the other veterans were leaving, right? So Michael took this quiet kid and helped him get there. So the comments are probably way out of context and like not what he exactly meant. And he piggybacked after that. He spun back. But the fact is that's what he said at one point. And it was a little bit of a shock value. But I did appreciate him building to that. And, so he got my game ball. I was going to give it to Eli, but then Strahan stole the show.
He stole the show from you. What about you, Ty?
I already said it earlier. I'm giving it to Dak. I got to give Dak his roses. I'm glad he's come off the injury. He's putting up good numbers, sleeper MVP. And, that's it. Dak Prescott, man. He's doing good jobs with that offense.
I'm going to give my game ball to Josh Allen. Let me tell you something.
Shocker.
Josh Allen, they were shitting on the kid. Oh, he regressed. How does he bounce back? Trounced the Dolphins 35-0. It's the Dolphins, Josh Allen, but you still didn't play good. Oh, word? Next game out, Washington football team. Oh, my God, Chase Young. 4 throwing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. Let me tell you, Josh Allen killing the game, putting the Bills right back where they belong at the top of the Super Bowl contender list. Josh Allen putting himself right where he belongs at the top of the MVP discussion along with Matt Stafford. So my game ball goes to Josh Allen for correcting and righting the ship. We look like a juggernaut again. We have our MVP quarterback again that everybody hated and they can't admit they were wrong about. And yeah, so shout out to Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills all day. Bills Mafia. So yeah, I shot it too early. MyCooler.com. If you're in the New Jersey area, please. Well, in any area, it doesn't matter. Go to MyCooler.com. Get yourself a beer. Drink responsibly. All that good shit. Golfkicks.com. Hey, they're selling out of those things. So don't be mad at me if you go in there and order them. They just dropped a new graphite black color. They look really, really dope. They would look dope on some Chuck Taylors or something out there. So and then shout out to Smooth My Balls. I just used it. Wifey's really happy about it. So your wife can be happy about it too. And Ty, Mike, you got anything else for the people?
No, that's it, baby.
Hey,
I love you all, man. I love you guys. And I love the whole world. That's all.
Hey, I love you too,
When
man.
you say you love the whole world,
Love the whole world.
Full of love, man. Shit.
I love you, man.
Well, this isn't the show. We got to end it on some hate. Ben Siemens, you piece of shit.